Hello and good morning to anyone watching this video. Cheers. Right, so here's a video hack to help the fellas out, and the young boys, should one say, in order to accomplish getting more done, throughout the days. Are you familiar with late nights? And when I refer to late nights, what I mean is an all-nighter, more or less. In other words, no sleep. Or better yet, next to no sleep. There's been a lot of controversy and misleading information regarding all-nighters, and I'm going to share what I've learned so far. And whoever you were that put me through this and put me up to it, thank you, because I wouldn't have known this until I actually researched it throughout the hours this morning. Late night, or should I say late night sleep patterns, in other words, where sleep is limited, or it's virtually no sleep whatsoever. We've been brainwashed and conditioned into believing that late nighters, all-nighters, are actually in fact unhealthy and harmful to one's psychological and spiritual health, when that couldn't be any further from the truth. I say that couldn't be any further from the truth because that's all it is. It's lies, essentially, and it is far from the truth. What I've learned with late nights, or better yet, all-nighters, where sleep is actually in fact prohibited, it helps contribute as well as boost one's intelligence in order to get more done throughout the days, in order to help more people that are willing to listen sacrifice their pride and ego in order to work with us rather than against us. And it's also, or should I say, these late nights and these all-nighters, as you will, within time will help strengthen as well as realign any possible friendships along with relationships with like-minded individuals. So to whoever you are watching this video, if you've convinced yourselves that, oh yes, well, if I don't sleep for one night, or if I get very little sleep, oh, I'm going to be moody, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. No, you need to sit your batty creases down, calm your mind, calm your heart, and listen to what I'm about to say. All-nighters, late nights, are not as bad as what people think. They are actually, in fact, helpful and beneficial for one's spiritual and psychological growth and evolvement. So in other words, I actually, in fact, recommend as well as suggest that more boys and more men have late nights. All-nighters if you have to. Just don't make a habit out of it though, because if you dedicate a whole week, then it can be very, very unhealthy and addictive. And chances are lethargy will creep in at some point and you will burn yourself out. In other words, you must know how to accomplish these nights, or fulfilling these nights, in order to boost your intelligence, your creativity, and only God knows what else. If it's something that you can honestly envision yourself doing, then get in touch with me and I will pass on what I've learnt so far in order to help you have these late nights, or better yet, these all-nighters, as you will, within a correct time frame. The reason why so many people are lethargic, burnt out, quite possibly moody from time to time, if not most of the time, is due to the fact that they dedicate weeks at a time of all-nighters, late nights, and that is the wrong way to go. If you're new to the idea, I would recommend pulling an all-nighter or one late night once a week. See how it goes. And if you've noticed the difference to your intelligence in here, and your heart for that matter, then I recommend taking it up to 2 days. So you've gone from, say, Monday to Tuesday. And again, if you've noticed any more difference, mostly for the greater good, within your intellectual health and your spiritual health, take it up to 3 days. In other words, if you go all in like a bull to a red cloth, that's where many people screw up. And if you're looking to, I don't know, say become a businessman later on down the line and have your own successful businesses, you have to master having late nighters or all nighters within the correct time frame, like I said, because if you're new to it and you're just going all out, like a madman, without thinking of the consequences, you're going to burn yourself out. And you're quite possibly going to end up having, what's the word I'm looking for? Mood swings, drops in moods. You're going to be tired all the time. And that's not good. It's not healthy. Take it from somebody that's just learnt this now. And be sure, like I said, to thank whoever it was that passed this on to me, this information, via projection last night. Because I know somebody was out there and they projected this idea onto me, in other words. Be sure to thank them, whether you know the name or not. I sure as hell don't. But be sure to thank them and keep them within your thoughts and prayers. Because we need more of these people. We need more intelligent people like this in order to dethrone, as you will, the monarch, in order to replace it with the patriarchy. And the only way that we are going to be able to do that as guys is by reflecting on this video and putting it into practice, rather than, like I said, jumping straight in, like a bull to a red rag, as you will, or a red flag, and then burn yourself out, become emotionally unstable, and only God knows what else in the long run. And that's where many people go wrong. But if you want this idea and you want to place it within your life, like I said, get in touch with myself and I'll be sure to pass on what I've learnt so far. And like I said, if you are wanting to enforce this within your life, gentlemen, I say gentlemen, guys, boys, gentlemen, warriors, lions. You heard right. Hey. Then, like I said, get in touch. I'll pass on everything that I've learnt so far. Like I said. But most importantly, be sure to thank whoever it was that projected this onto me early hours this morning. Because, like I said, these, believe it or not, are very important people within our society today, and we need more people like this. They are a treasure to our society in comparison to the small minds that we have today in a lot of people. And me personally, I would happily put my life on the line for these type of people. I would, without a shred of doubt. I wouldn't even think twice. If it turned out that I happened to come across this person and their life was on the line physically right there and then with, in front of my eyes, I'm the type of person that would actually jump in front of a bullet or a knife for this said person. A lot of people are going to go, oh, well, that's melodramatic, that's self-murder, or it's this, it's that. No, it's not. If you begin to know the truth and how people really operate, then you would be humble, you would be thankful, as well as appreciative and respectful of these said people. Because they are extremely rare within today's society, with the way that people live, the way that people think, the way that people act around others, the way that people do things on a whole, the way that, they get their businesses done. If you pay close enough attention, everything is just ballsed up. It is a complete shambles. It is a mess. And if anything, like I said, we need more guys, or girls, women even for that matter, that projected this information onto me last night within our society. And I would happily surround myself with these particular said people without a shred of a doubt. No fear, no concerns, nothing. Because these, like I said, are a rarity within today's society. And we need to look after these people, because they've clearly been around the block and they know how life works. And they can help the younger guys out there in order to accomplishing more throughout their days into getting more done. And like I said, this is what I've learnt about late nights and all-nighters. They can actually, in fact, boost one's intelligence as well as spiritual growth and evolvement into getting more done throughout the day. And the only way, like I said, people are going to be able to accomplish this is by giving up the comfort zone. And this is why there are so many weak people in today's society. They would rather live within the comfort zone, which from time to time isn't necessarily a bad thing, like I said, especially when you want to recharge and, get away from the BS and the drama within people. But when it's an everyday thing, people are never going to grow, they're never going to evolve, and they're never going to be what they're destined to be. They're just going to be a small thinker, a small liver, living for everybody else's opinions, approvals, validations, without thinking and living for themselves freely. If you're a lapdog or you're a puppet to society, then this video, by all means, doesn't benefit you in whatsoever. But to those of you that are trying to get your lives sorted out and accomplish more throughout the day, into getting more work done, then I highly suggest that you reflect on it and practice it. And if you are interested, get in touch with myself, like I said, and I will pass down what I've learned in order to help you become successful into getting more done throughout your day. Keep up the good work. Peace be with each and every one of you. But most of all, and most importantly, keep on repenting. Keep on reconciling. And keep on praying unto God and His Son Jesus Christ. Keep on seeking, and ye shall find. And you will be delivered eventually from your ways of thinking as well as living. You best believe that. That's, in other words, the Holy Spirit wasn't created for nothing. It's omnipresent. It's gifted onto sinners. It's gifted onto those that are wanting to avoid the matrix, to rebel against it even, to enforce the patriarchy. It's also gifted onto those that, like I said, are nearly there, but yet a lot more spiritual growth and psychological growth is needed and required, Whoever you are, and whatever your role is, the Holy Spirit is there. And the only way to reach God the Father is by praying via the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit being mediator unto Jesus Christ, for that matter. And within time, however long it takes, because like I said, God's divine timing is completely different to linear time, you will reconcile your relationships with God, the Father, for that matter. But what a lot of people fail to realise is that, one, it's a continuous renewal of the mind, and two, it's a continuous transformation of the heart. Because God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ are not religious, they are spiritual, which is why we have the Holy Spirit. And there you have it, folks. Stay tuned, keep hydrated, be safe, look after one another, and most importantly, if you have the strength, that is, keep on whooping ass. And again, if you're weak out there, which isn't to be ashamed about, pray on to God. He will fill you with His strength in order to get back out there with the shield of faith, sword of the Spirit, in order to slice, dice, and quite literally mutilate any demonic influence that comes within your presence and your proximity, without a shred of compassion, without a shred of empathy or any of this BS, which, like I said, are feminine traits. Cold heart, toward the enemy. Of course, be thankful, that we have them. Give them some recognition at least, but keep on doing, like I said, the will of God. Call them out on their own BS. Continue to mirror their dodgy behaviours if you have to, especially if these particular said people, play an important role within your life. And keep on doing God proud. And the blessings, like I said, and the rewards later on for being obedient will come flowing naturally, Like I said, within His divine timing. It is what it is, so